So I think we can start. Good morning, everyone. Today we continue our series of webinars on Tunisia with Elena. Thank you everyone for joining. Dear colleagues, please keep your cameras and microphones turned off. And if you have question, you can ask it in the chat of this meeting. So let's start, Elena.
Yes, let's start. Good morning, everyone. And for me, it's a great pleasure and honor to host the webinar for you today. And the content of today's webinar can be divided in two parts. The most visited places in Tunisia, the excursions, and frequently asked questions. So the itinerary is planned. So we start, here we go. We start with our company. Let's get to know each other. Our company has 23 years of experience, and it's well known by the professional multinational team, the European management that continuously invest in corporate culture, communication, and technology. And that's why we got a high level of tour operators and travel agents loyalty. I start my presentation with the description of one of the most popular excursions, Tunis, Cartage, Sidi Bou Said, and the Bardo. So we meet your clients and we offer them for about 15 excursions to make their holidays really memorable. And this excursion includes the Bardo Museum that has the richest collection of ancient mosaics, and the museum is located in the former palace built in the 13th century. The second part of this excursion is the opportunity to walk on the main street of the capital, Avenue, that was named after the first president, Habib Bourguiba. And the greatest opportunity here is to feel the atmosphere of old colonial France and to see the buildings constructed during the years of the French protectorate in Tunisia. So here we see the pictures. And the third part in this excursion is visiting the ruins of Carthage. You know that the Carthage must be destroyed. You've heard the statement, but it wasn't destroyed without a trace, and we still can visit the ruins of this great city-state. Those they are. The lunch is included during the excursion. The lunch is without drinks, but it's being held in one of the cozy restaurants in the port area of the capital of Tunisia, Tunis. The third point that is going to be visited is Sidi Bou Said, white and blue city that has a colorful, it's a colorful town with the beautiful narrow streets full of flowers and the greenery, the one that attracted the artists, the poets and the writers, and still attracts a lot of them, and a new generation of artists and writers and poets and lovers as well. So it's a one-day excursion with the 4 points to be seen, and the lunch is included. Here you see the recommendations. They are ordinary and basic. So the excursion ticket the clients have to take, the cash to buy some souvenirs or drinks, because the lunch is included but drinks are not, the medical insurance policy, and the bottle of water. So one day excursion that starts after the breakfast in their hotel, and the clients will be back to their hotels by the dinner time. So about 6 or 7, it depends on the resort that they have their holidays. Udna and Zaguan excursion, this trip is for history and nature lovers, for those who've been here in Tunisia, I mean, not for the first time and have already visited other excursions like Sahara or Tunis, or maybe they are traveling with the children and they cannot take the long trips. So this half-day excursion is one of the best propositions we have. So this excursion starts in Zagwan, and it's exactly the right place where the old Roman, the ancient Roman aqueduct has begun, and it supplied the water. It supplied the water to the citizens, the residents of Cartage city-state. You see the ruins of water temple that are located in a mountainous place full of fresh and dense greenery. This is the way to another point of this excursion. Udna. Udna is the city where the prosperous people of ancient Rome lived, and here is the city where you can see still the excavation of the ancient city. You walk you walk in the city and you can see the ruins of capital, houses, temples, and different mosaics, the public places. They are all preserved and in very well condition. And as an addition to this excursion, the clients will visit an olive oil factory for a free olive oil tasting. Half the excursion, so it starts after the breakfast in the hotel, and by the time of their lunch, they are going to be back to their hotels. So they have to take with them the excursion ticket, the medical insurance policy, cash for some personal needs, and a bottle of water. And Sahara, the most popular excursions that is visited in Tunisia. And it's a 2-day adventure, an incredible journey to the heart of the African continent that gives the tourist a huge range of positive emotions. The excursion starts with the visiting of the city of Kairouan, where the ancient, the great and breathtaking mosque is located. And a lot of people, thousands of tourists travel here to admire the beauty of this mosque. You know, when I start to speak about the excursion to Sahara, that it takes 2 days, some people start to hesitate because they don't know if they want to join the long trip. But you know that in Tunisia, the touristic bus cannot ride longer than 2 hours. So in every 1 hour and a half, every 2 hours, there is a stop when the clients have a chance to leave the bus and to visit some interesting places. The lunch is included, so the meals, not only the lunch, the meals are included, so the clients leave the hotel after the breakfast in their hotel, then they get the lunch, dinner, breakfast, and another lunch on the next day during this excursion, and the price of these meals is included into the price of the excursion. The clients are going to visit Tozer. It's the place where one of the biggest oases in the world is located, and a lot of tourists imagine that the oasis is something where you can find only one spring with water, a little bit water around, and one or two, let's say a couple of palms. But here we find about 500,000 palms, a big city inside. And there are the hotels where our clients will be accommodated with the comfort. So this is the dates capital of Tunisia. Jeep riding is included into the price as well. Jeeps are closed, so no wind, no sand coming to the face. Everything is very comfortable. They are well conditioned. There is a professional driver driving the clients to the Star Wars decorations. Back to the accommodation. I have to mention that our clients are accommodated in some small hotels. The clients who bought the classical tour, the group tour, they are small but decent and clean. So they have a room there, double and triple and single accommodation. But you know that single accommodation is always more expensive than a double one. So for single accommodation, they have to pay a bit difference. It's about let's say 7-8 euros for a person who wanted to stay in a single room. So they take the rooms, they have their dinner, they have their breakfast in the morning. There is a pool if they would like to relax and swim in the pool in the night. The pools are open in the night. For the tourists who bought the individual excursions, usually they choose the accommodation in different places. Like one of them is Anantara Sahara Tozer Resort and Villa. This hotel gives the atmosphere of royalty, you know, because in this hotel you find the panoramic windows, you find the pools full of crystal clean water, and the incredible views of Sahara. Another possibility to get accommodation is the camping in the desert for those who wanted to experience the real Sahara. So there can be a camp, they can use the tents. They are quite modern because you find the electricity and water in it, but still the shower and toilet are in a different building. So full jump into the Sahara experience. Chott El Djerid is known as a huge and the biggest salt lake in Africa, but during the past years we didn't have a lot of raining. It was not a lot of rain, so your tourists are going to visit the biggest salty lake without water, but with salt. Very interesting. And here is the place in summer period. We give a chance for the tourists to meet the sunset. And the sunset is different from the ones that they got used to see before, because we got used that the small ball of sun is rising slowly under the horizon. But here they find that the huge fireball is jumping in few seconds, and in few seconds they feel how the temperature is raised by 10 degrees. And another visiting is city of Dus. Dus is called as Gates of Sahara. Sahara is very interesting. It's not like the sand on the beach near the hotel. You find yourself staying in the ocean of sands that is moving towards you, and here you can walk inside and feel how you are free. There is no civilization, nothing, just you and the ocean of sands. You can dance on the dunes, you can ride the camel or a quad. It's those two for extra. Those two are extra charged. Another sightseeing is Matmata. Here is the city of underground, city of troglodytes. And despite the fact that the houses are underground, you see the common features. You find here the living rooms, you find here the kitchen, the dining room, the room for children, and you see the traces of civilization. And it's so funny because you can see near the Mercedes is parked, or you see the iPhones in the pocket of a Berber. So a great place to visit. And the last stop the most memorable one is visiting the amphitheater of El Jam. Some people call it the African Coliseum. Yeah, it's a look-alike the Coliseum in Rome, but still it's different. And it's not just the stop where our tourists make a picture and go on to their hotels. No, here with the excursion guide, they go down to the underground cells where the gladiators and animals, they were waiting for the fight, and then they have free time to explore the amphitheater. So the excursion in amphitheater will take about 1 hour, and then they are back to the hotels. Here you see the usual, the ordinary, the basic recommendations. The most important one, the comfortable clothes and footwear, because it's a 2-day excursion and have to choose the clothes the clothes to feel yourself with maximum comfort. Water, swimming costume, because you remember there is a pool in one of the hotels in Sahara, so they can swim in the evening. So that's it, and excursion ticket and insurance policy. So that is the part about the excursions, and now I would like to start with the second part. So the second part is frequently asked questions. I work as a hotel guide since 2006, and I'm the person who meet your clients when they arrive to Tunisia. And today we find that the questions that I've been working with for several years every day. Presentation is written in a formal language, but I asked my chief for permission to give the information precisely from my point of view as a hotel guide, as the person who meet your clients and give the information how we give it to our clients. So where does the journey begin? The trip begins, maybe your tourists think that the trip begins upon the arrival to Tunisia, but you as a travel agents, you know that it starts long time before. For you, it starts with 1,000 questions from the tourist, even after the payment of their tours. And today we are going to give you 1,001 answer to all those questions. There is no coincidence that I started this presentation with the question, when does the trip start? It starts before the arrival, and the first thing that your tourist should do is to check the validity of their foreign citizens' passports, because the validity of their passports should be at least 6 months. Probably the passport control officers at the airport would let the tourists with the 3-month valid passports in, but it's always a risk, and I wouldn't recommend to take such a risk. And I'd like to draw your special attention to the QR codes and the links here. So when you download the presentation, you'll find that those links are active, and the links lead you to the exact part of the presentation. You don't need to scroll all the pages, dozens of pages to find the information needed. No, you are going directly to the page that is described here on the top as a title. So we are back to our presentation. The entry rules can be modified, so I would recommend for a tourist to check the rules with the travel agent, with you, on official websites and airline company websites. One more, a very important recommendation: ask your tourists to check their suitcases and to remove all quadcopters, binoculars maybe they have in, or walkie-talkies, the baby monitors out of the suitcases. Those things are considered to be a spy equipment, and I'm sure no one of your tourists wanted to be counted as a spy in one of the Arabic countries or anywhere. So they have to take quadcopters, walkie-talkies, and binoculars especially out of their suitcases. I used to wonder what kind of holiday your tourists and our tourists expect if they need the binocular during the vacation. And I asked, and all of them say that they were planning to lie on the beach and watch something far away, but not in Tunisia. It's not possible here. It's prohibited. Then the good news that such equipment will be returned to the client, and just before the departure, when they arrive at the airport, they are going to the customs service, they take their things, and accompanied by a police officer, they are going to the check-in desk. So it's kind of stress that can be waived before the arrival, and it's stressful not only for the tourists but for our transfer guide team and other clients who are already in bus, who came on time, because they have to wait. We cannot wait for a long time, maximum 30 minutes. But the confiscation of binoculars and quadcopters is not the usual thing of the delay, not the usual reason of their delay. The most usual reason is the luggage loss. So when we stay near the bus and we find that the bus is full and we are waiting for just a couple of clients, we are not just staying near the buses. We go inside the airport and we ask the custom officers if there is any luggage or tourists left, and we usually find the tourists near the lost and found desk. We ask if they need the help with the translation, because not all the tourists speak English or French, and when the form is filled, we accompany them to the bus. As I said, we can't wait long, so if there is any issue, the clients can contact our hotline to notify our office that they have a delay. When the luggage is found, the tourist going to the airport, there is no delivery to the hotels. Sometimes the clients ask, they will bring the suitcase to the hotel. No, you have to take your passport and you have to go to the airport. You can take a taxi, maybe the airport is not far from the hotel, or ask the hotel guide, me for example, if I could help to organize the transfer to the airport and back to the hotel. Okay. Here we go. Accommodation questions. We are in the hotel. What kind of questions can be here? There are a lot of questions. So we find here check-in, the questions about check-in, rooms, accommodation tax, meal, other options, and other hotel services, and even jellyfish and seaweeds. Medusae algae. I hope I pronounced it correctly, because I just started learning Romanian language. I'm not very successful in it, honestly, but it's still I can read some words. So usually the check-in procedure is very simple and fast, rather quick. Clients fill a special form writing their name, their family name, the passport number, the dates of their arrival and departure, and finish it with a beautiful signature. They give this form together with the passport at the reception desk. The receptionist, they don't know, the clients don't know that the receptionist check the arrival stamp. But you know that the rates for different countries for the tour operator are different. So if the client arrived not from Romania, for example, he has or she has to pay the extra charges. The extra charges, the accommodation will be recalculated and applied according to the rates of tourist country of citizenship or arrival. I'm sure this question you've heard before. Why are the same star ratings hotel have different prices? All the hotels in Tunisia are certified from 1 to 5 stars. They are guest houses, they are apartments, and we offer a wide range of the hotels belonging to the different price categories. And you have to know one simple thing. The clients pay less, they get less services, or the quality of services will be different. So maybe there is not the same amount not the same number of restaurants, maybe less bars, less swimming pools, maybe meals is less, is not the same, that more basic. It's still decent and tasty, but the choice is less. So that's why the prices are different. The travelers have to pay a tourist tax. Despite the fact that the law was passed in 2017, still we have these questions from our tourists. They say, we've never heard, nobody told us, our travel agent didn't know, didn't say us about the hotel tax in advance. It's obligatory, it's a mandatory payment. So all the hotels charge all clients who are over 12 years old. Under 12 years old children are not getting charged. And the clients pay for the 7 nights. In case they stay 5 nights in the hotel, they pay only for 5 nights. If they stay longer, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they still pay only for 7 nights. Air conditioning period. I'm not sure if if similar practices exist in other countries, but in Tunisia, the mandatory air conditioning period is from 15th of June to September 15th. So only this period is obligatory for air conditioning in the hotels. Outside this period, it's up to the hotel. But in my personal notice, I noticed that more expensive hotels don't cut off the air conditioning outside this period because they couldn't afford it. The less expensive hotels cannot afford it and cut the air conditioning off. Room categories and their features. There is accommodation, single, double, and triple accommodation. And if single and double accommodation is simple, maybe there are some questions about accommodation in triple rooms. Triple room can be a large room with 3 beds, or it can be a standard room with an extra bed that they are going to bring shortly. Sometimes the clients start to call during the check-in saying that we are 3 persons and they are going to accommodate us in the room with only 2 beds, and what we are going to do, and maybe it's wrong and why it's not correct. Calm down, there is no problem. They are going to bring the 3rd bed to the room in a short period of time. Just wait a bit. Check-in and check-outs. So here we are going to the part, the changing rooms. Let's say this part is about the changing rooms. If the guests are not happy with the room, they can ask the receptionist to change the room. But you have to know that for example, some rooms, provided rooms, the reason to change the room, it's something that depends on the reason. If an elderly person or the family with the little children ask to be moved to the room near the beach or near the restaurant, the reception find this reason acceptable, you know, and they try to do they change the room swift. But for others, they see if any room available, then in this case the clients will be moved. But not only if the clients are not very happy with the hotel, they can even move to another hotel. They contact the hotel guide or a hotline to say that we are not happy by this and this and these reasons. Please find for us another hotel, and we do it. But not only the clients sometimes leave the hotel, sometimes the hotel ask the clients to leave. In my professional experience, I had only twice, two situations when my clients have been moved out of the hotel, and in both cases the reason was alcoholic beverage, too much alcohol. And usually the hotel is not happy to evict the clients, but they try first talk to the client, cut the all-inclusive bracelet, and only after that, if the client continuously misbehaves, then they ask him to leave, or her to leave the hotel. Dramatically, in both cases that I had before, the clients been moved to the hotel with a half-board meal plan that limited the access to alcoholic beverages, and by the end of the holidays, they behaved really well. So the hotels in Tunisia have different meal plans: half board, full board, all-inclusive, and ultra all-inclusive. The last one means that non-alcoholic beverages and some snacks are available 24 hours. It doesn't mean that import alcoholic beverages are included. Usually on the local alcoholic beverages included in all-inclusive and ultra all-inclusive concepts. About the dinners and the early breakfast, I can say that most of the hotels serve their breakfast starting from 6 a.m. in the morning. And if the client, in case the client has an early departure or an early checkout or the departure to the excursion, they can contact the reception, the restaurant, or a hotel guide to ask for an early breakfast in the main restaurant. In case the departure is before 5 in the morning, there is no dinner box that can be prepared for the clients, as well as we don't have breakfast boxes due to the hot climate reasons, and the food can be spoiled, and this can lead to the poisoning of the clients. So there are no breakfast boxes, no lunch boxes in the Tunisian hotels. Additional hotel services, what can be free or extra paid. In Tunisia, you know, the clients can feel free. They are not going to find the bill on the last day of their staying, where it's written that they have to pay 1,000 euros for the things they have taken. Usually upon arrival, they can contact the reception and ask for a list with free and extra paid services. During the info meeting, the hotel guide pays attention to this part of presentation and list the things that are free and the things that are extra paid, the services that are extra paid in the hotel. So the insects in Tunisia. So despite the fact that Tunisia is located in Africa, there is no need to get any special vaccination. We have various insects, but they are not dangerous. During some periods in April and May, we find a lot of ladybirds, not ladybugs. In summer months, we find a great number of palm beetles called the cockroaches, but they are not real cockroaches. They are just the beetles that can be found in other Middle East countries like Israel or Turkey. And in autumn, Tunisia experienced the increased number of the flies. There is a reason for that, because the September and October is the time when the dates ripening, and flies like sweets. That's why their number increases. For the insects, I'm back to this slide. All the hotels prohibit to bring the food into the rooms, and all the buildings and area are regularly treated with some special insect repellents. But it doesn't mean that the clients are not going to meet any insect. Still, there is a chance to know the fauna of Tunisia. And not only flies and cockroach they can meet here. What about jellyfish, medusa? Those creatures can be met in some short period in summer, in the middle of the summer, and the chance of this acquaintance is dependent on the resort our clients are, because naturally we find less jellyfish in Nabel and Hammamet, and there are more of them in Sus, Monastir, and Mahdia. The best protection is prevention. Our clients can go to the nearby pharmacy. There are a lot of pharmacies in the city that can be easily found nearby the hotels, and ask for a special cream named Medusil. You see the name, it means that it helps to prevent the jellyfish stings, and at the same time it protects from the sun activity. Seaweeds on the beach, because Tunisian beaches are known for its floppy and white sand. Sometimes the beaches look different, and clients start to ask, we've seen the pictures and they were different, why our beach is not cleaned well, it's dirty, polluted. No, it's not the pollution, it's just the national phenomenon that indicates a good ecology in Tunisia. Usually we just have to wait 1-2 days till the sea takes the seaweeds back inside, because you usually find them after the storm. And it's not the lack of cleaning from the hotel management side. The hotels are prohibited to clean completely the seaweeds from the beaches, but still they organize the seaweed-free areas that make the holidays and the days on the beach comfortable and safe. Safety in hotels in Tunisia is a very important question, because during the transfer and during the info meeting in the hotel, we, the guides, give the information that the clients have to leave their valuable belongings in safe deposit boxes that can be found in the room or at the reception. So the 5-star hotels usually have safe deposit boxes for free. In other hotels, the safe deposit boxes are provided, maybe with a small amount of payment, or maybe they have to leave a cash deposit that can be returned the last day, during the last day. In case something really important lost, like passport, the clients have to contact our hotline. Here you see the number of our hotline service. They contact the hotel guide that we can help. We always help our clients. We are not here just to sell the excursions. We give a huge amount of service. You know, we answer all the questions when we are ready to help. In case something valuable lost, we help with the communication with the hotel management, sometimes even with the police officers. And if the passport lost, we help with all useful information. The client has to check the official website of the consulate to see what documents are needed to get the temporary document to leave the country. And we help with all the questions that can cause this passport loss. Video surveillance in the hotels exist, but I can say that most of the video surveillance equipment is located near the entrance and exit areas, the reception, the bank, the caisse, but not near the rooms, for example. And the viewing of video recordings is prohibited for the tourists. Only police officers and the hotel management can watch it. I know I had one situation when my client was sure that she left her iPad on the reception at the reception desk, and she was crying and screaming, saying, "I cannot leave, I cannot work without my iPad. You're all stealers. Let me check the video recordings." Then I met the director, the general manager, and he said that, "Elena, I cannot let the client or even you to watch this video. But I watched it by my own eyes myself, and there was nothing on the desk. We saw this client, and she arrived, she put her luggage aside, and then she left. There was no sign of iPad at the desk. And you know, when she arrived to her country, she sent me a message saying that she forgot her iPad in airplane. And she found it in lost and found room at the airport when she arrived. So, happily finished case. Some important information for tourists who travel with children. In Tunisia is a very child-friendly country. I hear someone else, sorry. Be ready that Tunisian can come to you, stop you to say how beautiful your children are. Everyone admires the children. And we love the children as well, and we offer our clients some excursions and some activities that can make this family holiday really memorable. And these babies under 2 years old, they accompany their parents for free, and children from 2 to 12 years have a discount. Usually it's 50% of discount, but it depends on the excursion. I am sorry, I hear someone. Please switch off your microphones. So the children over the age of 12 are counted as adults. Even younger children, like someone who is 16, the teenagers, 16, 17, they are still counted as children in Tunisia. In another part, Tunisian laws prohibit the sale of alcoholic beverages to people below the age of 18, and this cause another reason not to let young people to the nightclubs and night discos in the city. It doesn't mean that the night shows and discos that are held by animators in the hotel are prohibited. No, in the hotel area they are free. They can join the discos and the shows. Still, they cannot be offered any alcohol. but outside the city, they cannot go to discos and nightclubs. The safety of the children is the responsibility of adults, of their parents. That's why we usually ask to take care and supervise the children near the pools, water slides, the sea, beach, and some other maybe dangerous places where the children should be supervised. What can happen? Okay, here we come to the excursions with the children and without children as well. So if the clients bought the excursions, on the excursion ticket, the clients can find the pickup time. So this time we ask to be respected. The bus, when it arrives to the hotel, cannot wait longer than 15 minutes. We are all humans. We understand that something can happen. A child can ask to go to the toilet just 1 minute before the bus arrives. But if the client didn't arrive to the meeting point and the bus gone, it's a reason to no compensation for the whole tour. So we ask to respect the timing, but our guests can find the refund in other cases. For example, if they don't feel well, if they got sick, it happens. So if the excursion is cancelled in 48 hours until the start of the excursion, or the client got sick, then we refund 100%. Of course, if the client shows the document from insurance company or medical document containing the information that he couldn't join the excursion on this date, so he or she gets the full refund. And if a child is sick, of course, we refund the money for the child and for one accompanied person with them, his parent or his the adult with him or her. So insurance policy rules, how to activate the policy, the insurance policy, and other useful information. On their insurance policies, on the client's insurance policies, they find the mail or telephone number that they use to contact the insurance company. They contact and they get the treatment. They talk about the accommodation needed in the hospital, for example, or if they cannot leave the country on their departure date, the insurance company gives them the information when their departure will happen. If the clients have any problem, first of all, I would like to advise to contact the hotel guide. Maybe there is nothing wrong. Maybe it's just a acquaintance with the medusa. They are not with the jellyfish, sorry. So they are not dangerous, and just have to wait, and we will give some recommendations then when the clients don't need to ask for medical help. Or we can say that, okay, you cannot contact your insurance company, I help you. I call on my own phone to insurance company, to the doctor, and ask for the help. So in such cases, we always ask the clients not to hesitate to bother us. Please contact us whenever you need any help. Here the very important information, useful information about currency exchange. The currency rates in Tunisia are almost the same in all the banks in Tunisia. That's why there is no need to look for a bank where they can change their money in a better rate. That's why it's more convenient to exchange dollars and euros in the banks at the reception of their hotels. The banks change money and give the dinners and give the special receipt that our clients have to keep till the end of their holidays, because the reverse change is possible only at the banks, in the banks at the airport on their departure date. So they cannot change back their Tunisian dinars to euros and dollars somewhere in the city. They have to bring all the remaining Tunisian dinars and this receipt from the bank to the bank at the airport. If there is no receipt, there is no change. It's okay if there is a small amount of Tunisian money, they can spend it in souvenirs shops at the airport. But what to do if the amount is huge? So what they have to do, because it's forbidden, it's prohibited to take Tunisian dinars outside the country. You cannot spend Tunisian dinars even in duty free. And it's despite the fact that the amount that exceeds 20,000 Tunisian dinars, about 6,000 euros, have to be declared mandatory. And when the clients leave the country, the amount that exceeds 5,000 Tunisian dinars, it's about 1,500 euros, is a reason to confiscation. They will be confiscated. That's why I would advise to bring to Tunisia, how much? 5,999 euros and spend them all here. So, because really we had some cases when money of our clients been confiscated. Internet and mobile service. All Tunisian mobile operators offer the SIM cards with the 4G internet, and those SIM cards can be purchased at the airport or at the sales points to the city. I would advise, again, ask your hotel guide for the better place to buy the SIM cards, because the hotel guide will advise where to find the nearest selling point. You know, we don't recommend to take the passports outside the hotels in case the passports are not lost. That's why we recommend to go to the nearest place to buy, because there in the selling point, our clients have to present their passports, and we really worry that they don't lose their passports. Tunisia is a Muslim country, and here alcoholic beverage can be purchased only in specialized shops, but not on Fridays. Fridays are the days of big prayer, and not during the holy month of Ramadan, the one we are in the middle of it right now. But by the time when your clients arrive, the Ramadan will be over, so they don't feel any inconvenience to go out and to see other local people and Tunisians outside their hotels. Anyway, when the clients are going outside the hotel, we don't recommend them visiting not touristic areas and religious places and open and short clothes. You know, it doesn't mean that our clients have to wear long dresses and cover their heads. No, just not to wear the bikini outside the hotel, because wearing a bikini outside the hotel is not a good idea. Tips are given, but it's not obligatory. The culture of tips in Tunisia means the amount like 2 or more dinars. It's about half of euro and a bit more, like half or 1 euro for tips. But the amount of tips is dependent on the service made and the level of tourist satisfaction. So tips are not obligatory, but are very welcome. And I welcome you to Tunisia, because I think that's the end of our presentation. Wait. Wait. Okay. So that's the end of our presentation. I would like to welcome you to Tunisia. Please keep in mind that those QR codes that you've seen on QR codes and links that you've seen my presentation, they are all active, and whenever you need any question, you can download and look for the information needed. In our official website, we have this document, special document in 3 languages, and in 1 week we are going to have it in Romanian language. So if you need an English version, you can download it right now, and in 1 week a Romanian version, a Romanian language version will be available. That's it. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me. I had really great fun to say to you all these stories. Thank you. If you have any questions, yes, I agree, the mosquitoes are very annoying, but it's the nature. We cannot do anything about them, just to use the repellents that can be found in pharmacies. So if you have any questions, you are free to ask our partner, Join UP, or us. We are always ready to your questions. Thank you very much. If you have any questions,
dear Lena, I wish you all a good day and good sales today. Thanks for joining. Have a good day.
And you too, and everyone. So see you in Tunisia. Bye bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, Catalin, Maria.